prison has dark philosophies. It's a monopoly of atrocities, humans caged as commodities. I feel like an oddity in a sub-society of anomalies and misogyny. I pretend it doesn't bother me, but it does. So I reach for the God in me that reaches for a part of me that's free. It's critical being informed individuals about the punishment bureaucracy being a monetary municipal. A monetary municipal equipped with credentials, pivotal to understanding that the punishment bureaucracy is a monetary municipal. Dismal is a nation with principles invisible, where mass shootings confirm a nation is not indivisible, but miserable. We are miracles in a culture poisoned with chemicals that are emasculating the physical. No subliminal. And here we live and labor for less than minimal. This is where the indigenous who were once original are now considered millennials with sentences equivalent to centennials. Enslavement in stages. This can be seen in correctional decisions, foul and flagrant. Existing in pages of greatness, locked in gray cages, struggling as the day changes just to save slave wages. Slavery. Slaves, complacent, navigating a maze of hatred in a microcosm that has no rules of engagement, and as the days went, waiting, impatient, reflecting on what the days meant in docks, where it seems people are fighting to find different ways in, like prison is a day's in. However, for some, unfortunately, this is where your day's in. Because here, this is where adults remain unmade men. Men who would have the right connections if they had the right complexions. But we're from a land of Section 8s, C-sections, sexually transmitted infections. What is the future of black conception? I see pregnancies and receptions, giving birth and corrections. I will help heal or hurt people, because hurt people hurt people. See, freedom isn't free. That's why you see guys walk the prison compounds like they walk the streets. And here, sneakers are more important than researching ways to get released. In a population of 1,700, how is it that the law library only has 20 seats? From Soledad to Comstock, prison is graduates and dropouts. It's silence, violence, keys, locks, have-nots, addiction, and detox. Then one day, this too stops beyond the block. Thank you.
This is a prisoner's testimony, my story. 15A 4662. Listen, 15A 4662. Last name Crawford, first name. It's been a hard trek. 13 years in and 12 years left. 25 years to life. It's like I've been sentenced to death. A bad dream, a nightmare, confined in the flesh. My innocence disregarded. Plus, I've had a false baptism in a garden of hardened men, where the penalties for cardinal sins are strip searches for contraband. An innocent lamb, an innocent man, led to his assigned quarters. It's time to lock in, so I pretend that it's all normal. But my conscience is all-knowing, while my heart beats in sorrow. I don't dream of tomorrow, because it's the same day all over again. So I dream of people dressed in white, some in prison stripes, because black is the color of my skin. And then it's 6 a.m., count time again. My dreams come to an end, and my nightmares begin. 15A 4662. Last name Crawford, first name. Then, like a waiter, the prison guard takes my order. And even though I know I'm going to receive cold food, I put down for chow anyway, because I got to play it cool. Because any form of insubordination can lead you to the whole, special housing, or segregation. And that's not cool. You see, I've got law work to do. I have to go to the prison's law library to utilize the legal tools to prove my innocence, because I'm no fool. And I am not a number. My name is... Listen. Just listen. Is this all that destiny has to offer me? Languishing in conditions that are detrimental and vicious to the mental vision? I've been thrice bitten by an unjust and venomous system that hasn't shed its racist-based criminal ideology policies since gaining its sovereignty. So am I angry? Shit. Don't I have the right to be? Or am I just venting while you're listening? So listen. The prison industrial complex system is Wall Street, Dow Jones, serious business. And I'm a hot commodity, state property. Possibly, and quite honestly, the victim of this highway robbery and unlawful abduction from society. And in your attempts to quiet me, after you unlawfully acquired me, you unknowingly supplied me with a hunger for knowledge to use against you. But to you, the principalities that be, I am but an image in a night scope vision instrument, a fading image, fading inwards in a sentence, an awful experiment on an innocent captive placed in an unnatural environment while using taxpayers' dollars to lock me in, while you gain a profit for my blood, sweat, and skin. You are not concerned in the least bit with my guilt or innocence. And this is why my truth is your nemesis. So let's be honest here. In all the years of teaching your jurisprudence movement, you have never once proven that we, the people, all will be dealt with equal in your courtrooms. Classism and racism is the prism from which you look through while teaching your judicial curriculum in your law schools. This, while the poor, black, and brown are the victims of this unjust, unequal, and mistrusted system. Statistics mention the poor, black, and brown disenfranchised are the majority in your prisons, whether guilty or innocent, while at the same time being the economic minority across this great nation. Think about it. Something is very wrong with this equation. And if I have to use all the powers in a shaman's purse to end this curse, this bad dream that seems to have no ending scene, then I would use all the powers within me to make sure that we, the people, get justice and equality. And if I am forced to spend my last days behind steel bars and concrete, then I will leave a legacy so deep that even the legions of my pedigree would no longer be just a memory of the unjust penalties that was cast on these meek individuals. Once again, innocence is my truth, and there's a light at the end of this tunnel called my life, and I have a bird's eye view because, as I said, I am not a number. My mother, rest in peace, named me. Thank you. Thank you.
There's a war going on outside that no child is safe from. Doesn't matter if they're in high school or just in first grade. Because our schools have become the battlefields of America, and our children are on the front line. Mm-hmm. Future generations are being obliterated in front of our faces. We still haven't confronted the crisis facing this nation.
Not at all.
Babies in pre-K are being annihilated with AKs. And high schoolers are being massacred with AR-15s before they could reach the age of 15. Is this our American dream? Was this their American dream? But let's go back and rewind from Columbine, Sandy Hook, Robb Elementary, and Santa Fe High. Seems we have become more and more desensitized to the loss of our children's lives. Mm-hmm. One shooting after the next. All we do is get mad, we mourn, then we move on. Mm-hmm. Clearly, something's wrong with us. And none of our presidents have found a proper solution to the mass shooting of our children. No one except former President Trump, of course, who suggested that we go and give our school teachers some guns. Is he dumb? And as soon as the American people start asking questions and pointing fingers, none of these lawmakers or politicians want to take accountability. Mm-hmm. But instead, they tuck their tails and tuck away a little campaign money from the gun lobbyists. Mm-hmm. Then they get on stage without an ounce of shame and point the blame on social media, school bullying, mental health, and video games. But this is far from a video game. There's no reset button, no extra lives, no do-overs. These kids are gone forever.
That's right.
I just want to know, how do we protect our children moving forward? Because our children are not soldiers of war. They deserve more. They deserve to live. And I want to ask all of you Red State Gun Tour NRA supporters this. Would you be fine with someone just strolling into a store buying a military-style gun if you knew the outcome would be one of your sons and daughters left slaughtered in their classroom chairs? Then would you care? Because I'm just saying, McKenna Elrod could have been my daughter.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, what if McKenna Elrod was your daughter? What if Rachel Scott was your daughter? What if Isaiah Showhills was your son? What if Jesse Lewis was your son? America, do you understand where I'm coming from? And their souls will never rest in peace until stricter gun laws are finally reached. So instead of us worrying about saving our guns, let's worry about saving our children's lives. This is called the new NRA. No rifles allowed, period.
Thank you. Thank you.